committee for the consent decree. I'm co-chair with my colleague, Dr. Coleman McGinnis.
Very good. Dr. Ghosh?
Yes, I came to Tennessee State University last year, and prior to that I was at New Mexico State University as a professor for 15 years. I have a PhD in economics. I was a tenured professor at New Mexico State, and I have my PhD from Utah State University. And my office here at the College of Business, his name is Office of Business and Economic Research, and we do conduct a lot of urban economic issues and so forth.
And of course, Dr. Ghosh, it is your office that is responsible for this impact study that we're going to talk about today. Is that correct?
That's absolutely right. Sir, we did the economic impact of Tennessee State University.
Very good. And of course, Dr. Richardson, let's start off by having you to give us some information about the consent decree and sort of fill our audience in this morning over an issue that has been with us for almost the last 30 years. And so
Yes.
sort of give us as much information as you can.
Well,
to do so.
it's a court decree. It's an order from the court agreed upon by all of the parties in the case. The Justice Department was involved. There was the THEC and the Board of Regents, all of the higher education entities in Tennessee was involved, and there was an agreement. About a year, it took about a year for that agreement to be come to, and the reason why it is successful is because all of the parties had a chance to air all of their concerns and then find compromise. So this is a compromise agreement, but reached over a long period of time. And it provides for all of the institutions to do some things and to benefit from some things. But the bulk of the responsibility is on Tennessee State University. And there has been a consultant hired by the university to look at some of the problems and some of the advantages of the university. And that report is called the Bell and Trice Report. And we'll get into that a little bit later as to what that means and how it came about. But this case has been a 32-year-old effort, finally settled because people came together and agreed on a solution.
And of course, Dr. Ghosh, you see this issue primarily from an economic point of view in terms of your study. But I think as part of this issue, there's also a demand that Tennessee State University increase its outreach and that certain things come to Tennessee State University. How did your economic impact study relate to this consent decree?
I think it relates greatly because one of the misconceptions that's out there is that Tennessee State University is one of a smaller university. However, it's the major and only land-grant university and comprehensive land-grant university in Middle Tennessee. And we have about 9,000 students. We are a major research university, so it has significant economic impact on the greater Nashville. So from our office, we were commissioned by Dr. Hefner, our president, James Hefner, to do an economic impact study of Tennessee State University. And we took this study upon us last year, and we have researched this and conducted this for about 8 months. So finally, we released the report just last week. And you'll be amazed to hear that Tennessee State University's economic impact is about $500 million, almost like $500 million in greater Nashville. So we are very, very proud to release this report.
Now, how did this report bolster what you are talking about here, Dr. Richardson?
Well, one of the things that Tennessee State University is bound to do is to communicate to the greater Nashville area what its history is, what kinds of research and other kinds of things have been, and to reach out to non-traditional students to offer new courses and make new contributions to reach out to the business community here and to tell our story. And Dr. Ghosh has done a marvelous job in telling a portion of that story. Another portion of that story is about TSU's research. TSU is third in the state of Tennessee in funded research, behind the University of Tennessee and Vanderbilt. We have more research, for example, than the University of Memphis, which is twice our size and has a faculty twice our size. But the quality of a university is one index of that, is that other people will fund the research that you do. And so being third in the state ranks us very high in terms of quality. And that's one of the stories we have to tell. Another part of the story we have to tell is our outreach and our recognition by major companies. TSU is involved, for example, right now in partnership with IBM, Sun, Lotus, Howard, in what are called strategic partnerships. Last year, IBM hired 22 of our students, more than they hired from any other entity, any other university in the country. That says that we are recognized by other people for the quality of the students we produce.
And of course, Dr. Richardson, I think that this story that you're telling now is a story that Dr. Ghosh will be able to amplify when he talk about the aspects of this impact study that Tennessee State University has completed. And of course, Dr. Ghosh, that study has been completed, has it not?
Yes, it has been completed and publicly released.
Very good. And so when we come back during the second segment, Dr. Ghosh, we'll give you an opportunity to talk about the making of that particular study. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.